the same names that have won the title before in the LEC, or can BDS create their new destiny and find themselves taking this game 5 and preventing that reverse sweep from happening?
Yeah, it's sort of like momentum versus a well-oiled machine, really, isn't it? BDS just plugging and playing all of these champions to stick to the same concept. Mad have found a way to break it. Now the question is, can they break it one more time? Or can BDS solve the puzzle to get them to MSI? MSI walking up quite far there. He's going to dodge out on the hook, playing really in BDS's face. Obviously the most experienced player here. He's not scared whatsoever of their bot lane. Shio now moving up towards his top side. Chasey just dashed in.
Top side. Chasey, no skip and slash, trying to auto. Trying to get out of this one. Flash out to safety. Shio now following up. Positive trade in his favor, but it's just immediately going to playful Trickster out to safety.
Wave is terrible, isn't it? It's not really in a good state. He needs some information. He's trying to get a ward there, but Shio sticking around. BDS know he wants to push this wave out. Elyoya's on Wolves, so this is a really tough situation for Chasey if Adam just holds the wave here. But Shio, maybe he goes up here, Chasey, when the crab's about to spawn. He's getting experience. Needs to get a ward in that brush, though.
Shio dashing forward again, skip and slash. Just going to walk away from that one. Ward will be placed down, tracking Chasey for now. And as you said, Kadril, looking towards the crab.
Gives a lot of control to Elyoya, though, who's moving back up towards his top side. Niski getting a ward onto Raptors again. Was spotted exactly where Sheo is. Elyoya is up here, but I think he'll be a bit late to the party for the Scuttle Crab, but may just be here to support the push for chasing that top side.
Yeah, I think he's just here to cover. He's probably going to sweep out this Tribush ward that he knows is there. And then he's going to probably take a base. Bot Crab is up. He could also go cycle through his Raptors again to get a better base on something like a Caulfields before he decides to recall. So Shio will get spotted out from Niski's reward here in mid. TP back, very quiet early game. No summoners blown other than Chasey's flash on the gank. Slow and steady.
Certainly the case. And for better or worse, as casters, when we walk on stage, we often walk past one of the player ready rooms, in this case Mad, and heard Max saying to the players, play calm, play slow. I said have fun, but you can tell that neither side wants to be the one to make a mistake or overforce an excellent hook from LeBron. Big damage. Not a lot else to respond with. Just getting the wave in and a bit of poke down onto Hillisang. Crowny essentially overstaying here. Lantern's going to take him out to safety. Cards are going to press the attack as well in lane, really just trying to make sure that they can all in if they need to.
Yeah, look at Shio. He's moving down here to help his bot lane get a good base off. Three men basing together. Chasey's up towards his top side. Yo-Yo's going to get spotted out by this ward. There is dive potential here for Mad Lions. They lack information, though. They don't know where Shio is, and Nuke has that TP ready. He's probably going to drop it mid when he knows Adam's safe, and there it is.
I do think they have at least a somewhat of an idea that Shio is bot side, though. Again, Niski's been just consistently warding these Raptors off cooldown every single time to make sure that they can spot out exactly what the Wukong's pathing is. At the moment, though, don't want to try and do anything too hasty, but Hilly now starting to move in towards mid lane with Elyoya. Just going to see if they can get some vision down in this river, because with Dragon now spawned, that's going to be what Mad Lions look to try and take next.
Mad Lions, first on the move right now. The jungler in tow as well. Sheo on the top side of the map. Lebrov just waiting in the darkness at an experience advantage. Has to be careful about walking up here. Very confident. Crowny in the area, has the lantern to bring him in. But fighting over this vision, fighting over the crab. Don't need to be in the bottom side of the map, so just going to make sure that they give this one over. Maybe to Crowny, no. Donating it to Shio, so
yeah.
Very kind of the team.
Dragon gets started up, but no one really wants a piece of that. Elyoya's trying to run towards bot here. Karsi's fast pushing in the wave to see if he can spot out the bot lane of BDS, and he will as they collect the wave. Now Mad Lions have an option here. They can get the next wave in. Elyoya can cover it, or they can start up this Dragon. It looks like he's going to queue over the wall, out of vision, and start up that neutral objective. Shio is hovering around mid, getting experience. He should get level 5 from this mid wave, and that'll be pretty handy.
Niski, excellent scat of the week. Nuke doesn't have enough spheres, doesn't have enough damage. Destroy Niski's health bar there, but a positive health trade overall. Maybe now they can look to contest this Drake. Still don't know or have perfect information that this is happening.
Yeah.
Imagine we get a ward over the wall here, and then they will realize.
Shio doesn't have smite.
The foot. Does he want to go over the wall? Doesn't have smite, as you highlighted. So easy pickup for the side of Mad Lions. 6 minutes, 30 seconds. First Drake getting that Infernal.
Yeah, look at the gold on the scoreboard at the bottom. It's just dead even. No one's put a foot wrong yet. No one's overextended for a play. Chasey's flash is coming back up soon. Both teams just afraid to make mistakes, afraid to overreach.
You talked about it in the previous game, Kadril. Level 6 so big for junglers in this meta, and certainly for the Wukong and the Vi, maybe where we start to see some of these plays where they have that more reliable CC, the more reliable follow-up. For now, though, it's very quiet, very controlled, very calm game.
And I think the slower pace, at least for BDS, is kind of going to be a bit of a godsend. You want Crowny to have that time to scale into the later portion of the game. That's where you can actually have a slower laning phase that lasts longer, give this time for the Jinx. And when Elyoya hasn't really been able to get in and have any problems for us, as the hook goes wide. Bernie's going to be happy to just continue getting as much gold as he can before this laning phase ends.
Yeah, the Jinx will be really strong. He's get 3 or 4 items, has a lot of range on him, but still a lot of threat. You know, you're facing up against a Vi and Annie flashing forwards, Gwen, Gragas, who can follow up quite easily as well. Mad Lions might not have an insane amount of scaling. Actually, I think their scaling is not too bad. You know, they're playing with the Gwen on side lane, so should be pretty strong. Will become a monster later on.
And I think that's the big thing here for Mad. They definitely feel like a squad that's heavily reliant on flashes, right? Yes, you got Oyoi's engaged, but for Hilly, you want his flash. Niski, you want his flash. So that's something we'll be keeping our eyes on as we start to move over towards these big objectives, like the Rift Herald, which is just about to spawn on this top side. Oyoia just ticks over to level 6, but is resetting now.
Yeah, Labrov's base just got stopped there. Karsi just ulted them through the brush so he could get the base off first. So see who gets that Herald now. With the recalls coming in from the Mad Lions, I think they've evenly matched the tempo of BDS's bot lane with that true shot barrage. Elioyo started it up. Chase is pushing out top. Niski's pushing out mid. They're going to collapse down here. Shio's going to spot it out. Maybe there's a vision plant there that he can use. No, it's not up, but you'll see him now.
Level 5 from Shio. Really cannot afford to be walking up like this. Rocket coming down. There's no way. In a game 5? Nope. Not going to happen. Rocket will connect onto Elioyo, but the Herald secured, and that's 2 objectives back-to-back for the Mad Lions. BDS have gotten nothing in exchange.
And that's kind of the later stage punishment of Sheo. In these early stages, he couldn't find his opportunity. Now he needs a little bit more.
Needs to get out. Bomba back into the waiting arms of Elioyo, and first blood for Mad Lions in game 5.
Huge pick off there. Niski had the ward. I think it was Chasey's on that Gromp area. They knew Shio was there. They knew he was level 5. He's just been put so far behind. Elioyo now level 7, a full level advantage in the jungle. First blood over to Niski.
And this is how Mad Lions got their win over Vitality. Control the jungle, keep invading, keep the pressure up, and don't let the enemy play the game. They're doing the exact same to Sheo now.
It's also how Sheo got his win over Vitality. It's Elioyo who are consistently showing us that they can do it better. Jungle mid support of this team having a phenomenal series, certainly a phenomenal run through the bracket. Showing up in game 5 is big right now. 1.3k gold difference, 2 objectives over. Herald has not been used yet. Everything in this early game in favor of Mad.
Yeah. Niski's going to build towards that Rod of Ages and the Seraphs. A lot of scaling. The Ezreal will be building tier as well. And Mad Lions are just going to use this Herald, I think, to set up for the next dragon. 1 minute 50 seconds on that spawn. They need to be careful, though. Niski lost his flash. Labrov's hovering around to get vision on this bot side. Can try to punish that. And Crowny still a little bit away from his mythic item. So BDS don't really have the tools at the moment to take fights.
I think they don't really have the vision either. Mad Lions, the big thing is if you can try and find flanks for Niski, get yourself into position for Elioyo, that's where they're going to be the biggest threat. So at the moment, a lot of fighting over just controlling this river area and also just giving the opportunity for Niski to find these roams. With the level 9 now hit, he's going to have max stacks, so the Q should be able to push these waves exceptionally quickly and actually start to have impact even more so than he has already on these side lanes.
Chasey
potentially in trouble here. Adam firing back, getting some good damage down. Needlework coming out, going a little bit wide here. Adam happy to trade ultimates.
Yeah, ghost pop there from Adam as well. So it's a net positive for Chasey. Got a lot of chunk on him too. So sitting pretty happy in this top side. Adam's TP's back up. Chasey's will be up soon as well. Elioyo is now hovering up towards the top side with a minute on Dragon. They do have the time to make a fast play up here if they want to, but Adam is going to finish that recall. So the play might be off unless they can full dive him from base in a 3v1. It's very risky though.
No reason to pull the trigger there without Chasey having ultimate, just making sure nothing else was afoot. And Mad Lion again, control on the top side. And I think the big thing right now is while Adam is trading okay, even if Chasey has the push, the later and later we go, this Gwen is a ticking time bomb in terms of team fight output.
Well, I want to try and team fight it for the moment, though. So Chasey, I imagine, going to reset and start to move back up towards this top side. You do have the TP, though, if you want to try and look for the dragon soon. But Chasey, actually, I thought he was going to finish his reset. Is going to stick around and clear out this wave before we actually have any sort of dragon fight coming up.
I think he's really close to getting Riftmaker in base. You know, I think he's sitting on a couple hundred gold away, so he wants to stay for this wave. His TP is up. Adam's now moving down. Looks like he's going to get caught out here, though.
Nice dash back coming through. Adam, can he make it on safety? He doesn't have all out. He's unstoppable now, just continuing to try to trade, but no one is coming. No one is coming to help Adam all on his own. So taken out on the top side. And meanwhile, on the bottom, it's Hylissang, who's been caught out by BDSD.
Does he have the shield?
Burning. He does have the shield, and just in time, the Molten Shield will save the day for Hylissang.
Summoner's use from Labrov as well. BDS will get this dragon. Mad Lions have that Herald. It's ticking out soon, though. I wonder if Elioyo will use it top and get all that gold onto the Gwen. But Mad Lions preemptively calling not to fight this dragon a minute or two ago. Hovering up towards this top side with the Vi.
If Chasey can get control over this, it won't be a steal, but if Chasey can get control over this top lane matchup, it is huge for Mad Lions. The ability for this Gwen to start playing side lanes, to always be a threat. And when you look at, like, if he's winning out against Adam, you don't want to put Syndra in a side lane. So Mad have this secondary win condition that can come online, let alone in team fights as well.
And really huge credit to Mad Lions. How many times have we looked at Carzzy on the Jinx as a big main focus win condition? But despite that, they put him on the Ezreal and they say, we're going to put our eggs in the Chasey basket. And this entire series, it has been paying off for them.
That's what I was going to say. The fact that Chasey has been having this series, it's no wonder that they're giving those resources to him. Lantern's about to time out, though. Sheo.
Ooh, Hilly spotted him, and he's just got level 6 as well. Actually, no Tibbers available.
Sang, stun over the wall. Good poke coming in from Carzzy. He doesn't take him over the wall, though, but Elyoya can just follow up here. Sheo now flashing out to safety. And again, another small advantage over to the side of Mad.
2 seconds on the ultimate for Elyoya. They really wanted to see if they can get that. Adam, though, pushing in this top side. I still don't think at the moment there's much that Mad can really do with the flash that Shio's burnt, but at least they should give them a window of opportunity at the next dragon when that spawns, also with Rift Herald in a minute and a half's time.
No tower for Adam to run back to. He's got Ghost up in a second, though. See if he can get out of this from Chasey. He's missing out on the R's. All going to go wide. Not going to get that kill. Unfazed, though, is Chasey. Pops the mode. Adam will be safe. Saves that summoner spell.
Needlework from Chasey, good, but the footwork from Adam better. And that trade, very clutch. See Adam going for a little bit of early MR, hopefully help him survive in this lane. And Sheo just able to pick up that objective, but 1.4k gold lead in the jungle, not something I expected to see in this series. But Elyoya has been everywhere, taking camps left and right, taking kills, finding assists. Sheo spent a lot of time just waiting in the brush, hovering, trying to cover topside. It just did not pay off.
Yeah, it's interesting how Mad Lions swapped up their game plan and played more through top this series towards the late stages of it.
And even you can see Elyoya nearly a level ahead. Actually is a full level ahead of Sheo in that jungle role as well. He's been doing absolutely fantastic, and I think now this is where you're going to start to see it pay off, right? You look at no flash for Sheo, no flash for Labrov, Rift Herald up in 30 seconds. Elyoya going to be in a decent position to set this up, even Niski as well, and it's Labrov on his lonesome at the moment trying to get vision, and he's going to be set back as the Gwen goes missing from topside.
What we've seen throughout the series is Mad Lions slowly bleed BDS out, but then by about the 15-minute mark, they get a good fight in River. They get a good Dragon fight, they get a good Herald fight. That stabilizes the game, and then they're able to just keep scaling, keep the game in control, and not let Mad Lions run away with it. But right now, similar to last game, Mad Lions are just slowly accruing these leads, and there's no response yet from BDS. They've lane swapped their Jinx up towards the top side. They're full committing for this Herald. Chasey has TP. He has the ult up as well. I think Mad Lions will want to match this fight, but Adam could get caught again.
Lane. 4 members descending upon Adam, unstoppable now. Going to try to ult back out safety. Elyoya now using the ult, but he's getting out, knocked back. Clutch there that he is able to escape the reset on the W coming through because of the all-out. 2
big ultimates used, so Mad Lions run away from the top side. That was their window to contest that Herald if they got that pick, but Adam lived, and now they're going to have to cross-map bot tier 1.
Yeah, immediate up to the top side for BDS. They want to try and use this Rift Herald to crack open this tier 1, give that gold to Crowny. Hilly starting to roam up, but you can see the resets have to come through for Mad. They're not really in a position, apart from Chasey on this bot side, to answer for this play.
Look at Hilly, he's alone here in this 1v3, trying to sweep out a wall. Needs to be careful, no flash up just yet. They could try to look for a collapse onto the Annie. Crowny's over the wall, Blue Orb will spot him out, but he's got the Blast Cone to help him. W will miss, Labrov really wants this hook. Herald will crash, Niski will clear out the wave, so the pressure is done now for BDS, and Mad Lions will match with a tower of their own.
The goal lead for Mad still very clearly in their favor, 2 towers to 1 overall, but Crowny, big beneficiary here. 1k advantage individually just about. The one that we have to keep our eyes on. If he falls too far behind, it's going to be so hard for him in these fights. Elyoya can just ult on top of him, and then even a Thresh Lantern really won't be able to save him. But if he can get ahead, if he can stay ahead, it's everything for the side of BDS.
And it does feel like this game is coming down to Crowny versus Chasey. Chasey getting his own advantages in that side lane. 1.3k gold ahead, Riftmaker now completed. Whereas when you look across, it's Crowny where BDS are setting all those resources, even giving him Krugs on the top side. Here we go, though.
Chasey walking forward, needs to be careful here. Flat forward, the play, the trap's now coming down, but it's Elyoya over the wall, ready to kick things off. Carzzy with an ult, hitting 2 instantly. The fight turns, the needlework coming out. It is disaster for BDS on the bottom side as Adam will find himself torn to pieces.
It's Crowny versus Chasey, and in round 1, Chasey comes out as the firm winner. Mad Lions taking over on the bot side. They're on towards the tier 2.
Sheo, on vision.
Between the entire team, the knockback, it's just so easy for Mad.
Mad are running away with this series now. Nuke's going to get dove as well. He's in a 1v4.
He can't even do anything. He goes golden, but he's just delaying the inevitable. Just knocked down. Chasey on a killing spree. Mad Lions in game 5 are dominating.
They're carrying this momentum, aren't they? Crowny was the one who fell first. His dreams now slowly falling away from him. When you saw how much it meant to him when they beat Vitality, how emotional he was afterwards. Right now, he's as cold as ice. But Mad Lions are coming out ahead in these fights. Niski on the hunt for that first title here in the LEC, and Mad Lions wanted to go to MSI on their own terms, and right now it looks like they might just do that. Chasey holding onto the flash for so long, baiting out BDS to come into him, and then the true shot barrage, Elyoya following up, turns the entire fight.
He's getting so much damage with the needlework procs as well. Managing to snip his way through everyone. Mad Lions following up easy, and again, every single time we're seeing these plays around Chasey, Mad collapsing faster, getting in position quicker, and there's little that BDS can do. And as you say, Niski now looking for the pick onto Shio, and with Dragon in the picture-in-picture, there's really not much that BDS are finding in this game.
This game has just been blown wide open, hasn't it? You can see Nuke will fall. Timing on the Q here from Elyoya means he can't even flash. He's just hit the second he comes out of the Zhonya's in the frame, and then they translate that into a Dragon as well. We'll see the pro view here from Chasey, who dashes in onto Adam, gets hit by the W. Eventually he'll get hit by the hook. Let's see what's the damage he can do.
He's just not even worried about it. All the CC coming through to keep him alive. Maybe, just maybe, they could have bursted through the Gwen, but the second the follow-up comes through, the second anything interrupts that, it all falls apart. 3-0-2, now the score for Gwen. It was even in the laning phase for the first time in the series, but it is not even as we crest the 18-minute mark. 1.9k individual gold lead, not just for Chasey, but for Elyoya as well. Crowny, the only member who was ahead of his counterpart, but now slight lead for Carzzy, everything falling apart for BDS.
And now you got to look and see exactly how you're going to try and bring this one back for BDS. Gwen at the moment has such a massive lead. She can just play around those side lanes, not really have to worry about Adam. You can also have Niski just playing towards those sides as well. He can deal with Nuke and just continuously take over the jungle. And Nuke.
Elyoya going in, instantly the burst damage now coming out. Nuke sidestep is clean. Can they follow up? Nuke has to be careful. Blinking health bar, he'll manage to survive, but Mad Lions again can play so aggressively now. Can play so unleashed because they just have such a massive advantage.
Need to be careful though, don't throw it away. Mad Lions have been in this position so many times this series. They blundered it in game 1 and 2. This is a big enough lead, I think, for them to maintain map control and play for soul. It's an easy win condition. Don't let that Jinx scale up. 1 minute on the Baron. We've seen what they can do around that objective. Their setups have been clean, their forces have been clean, and despite losing those games, their execution was on point. We'll see if BDS can recover this map state, see if they can get Shadow Flame on Nuke, get Crowny towards that second item. Then maybe they can start to fight back a little bit with Adam in the front line.
So hard though. Such a difficult puzzle to solve. Everything really needs to go perfect here for the side of BDS if they want to find advantages in these fights, because there's a Shadow Flame on that Gwen, and one needlework can shred their entire front line.
But it does feel like a puzzle solved for Mad Lions. The fact that they have consistently been like, hey, we will draft the Ezreal into the Jinx. This is the third game now in playoffs we've seen Carzzy bring it out, and it's done completely fine every single time. You're looking at Chasey now taking over from the top side with that counter pick once more. And looking at Niski, this Gragas, he gets his hands on it again, and he has been absolutely everywhere. Since Niski's joined Mad Lions, it's just been this steady trot towards the top. And now Mad Lions with this lead, looking to see if they can finally translate that into the title.
They were 7th, they brought in Niski, they were 4th, then they were 2nd, getting swept aside by G2 after an impressive run, and now they're making the same run, this time against BDS, bringing it back. Game 5 clearly in their favor, 6k gold lead. It's an incredible story from the side of Mad Lions that they have managed to survive. They managed to hold on. They have played so many more games than anyone else in this bracket stage.
It's 14, isn't it? 3-2, 3-1, now coming to a 5th game as well. They've played basically 14 games so far in these last 3 days, and the endurance, the camaraderie, the amount of discipline that they needed to get through those series, even bouncing back now from being against BDS on match point.
Yeah, taking content on a lost real series here for Mad Lions, as now they start to set up in front of the Baron. Chasey once more putting pressure onto the bottom side. Niski isn't here though, so they do need to be very careful, as you can see one hook from Labrov could spell a lot of trouble for them.
Yeah, Matt really want to get this mid push in, contest these mid waves, make sure that there's no threat of a mid tier 1 from BDS, control this top side. Chasey playing in isolation will destroy Adam in the 1v1. Chasey's just been having such a phenomenal series, been a huge difference maker.
Yeah, Adam doesn't even have a single item completed yet. Maybe he recalls and buys one now, but it's so devastating in the 1v1. Keep track on it as we move forward into this game. 2 items for Crowny, a positive sign. Not enough to win a fight though. Mad Lions, I don't think want to give them a full 5v5. They're just using pressure in the mid lane to break open a tier 2, and BDS don't even contest.
Niski still isn't with the team, so just keeping your eyes on exactly how aggressive Mad Lions want to be. Now with Niski starting to group up with them, you can see they're moving Elyoya to the top side to continue to push this in, and a huge amount of it is trying to get control over waves for the Dragon that's in a minute's time.
Yeah, they just took mid tier 2, they just took bot tier 2. Elyoya split pushing top as the jungler, the playmaker. BDS really can't find any vision whatsoever. They're trying to get into this topside river, but now Niski's marking up against them. Carzzy's there. Crowny's going to try to catch this top wave. I wonder what they're waiting for here. They know that they're going to lose these fights, but they're eventually going to have to walk in soon.
Hook going in onto Elyoya. Crownie over the wall. Now they're all trying to follow up immediately. The damage starts to come in. Crownie now going to be in trouble on the backside, though. He's lanterned out to safety, but here comes Chasey. The needlework going to do a lot of work onto Crownie. He's got no room to play. He's got no room to maneuver. Chasey on a rampage. And Mad Lions smelling blood in the water. Carzzy getting the ult out from the Syndra. Niski knocked back. BDS, can they turn the fight? Niski still standing. Mad Lions still standing. They will not drop a single member in the exchange.
Baron's up. Do they look for it, Mad Lions? Carzzy getting a little bit ahead of himself there. Eat into a tower, into 3 people as well. Flashback immediately. TP on Niski is available. Elyoya is going to heal up on the Honey Fruit. Nuke has TP too. I think BDS are going to have to try and do something here in the 3 versus 5. Adam, off to the side. Shio, Hex gates in. This is the last stand for BDS. They lose this could be it.
Hylissang waiting with the stun off to the side. Nuke over the wall. Sheo trying to find a way angle to steal, but it's only 2.9k health. He can't get in there. Mad Lions already taking out 1. Resetting on the Baron. Rocket coming in. It's not enough. They're running out of options. They're running out of tools to potentially steal with this. The Bear zoning away. The power of the Rylai's making sure that Nuke can't do anything. He just has to pick it up, and the Bear's the only thing he's going to get because that Baron dropping in the favor of Mad. BDS have to keep forcing the fight, but there's just nothing here for them.
There really isn't. Dragon's up, but they're not in a position to take it, are they? Adam's dead. Mad Lions have Hex gates there. Baron recalls. It's 10 kills to 0. BDS, the only thing they've got in this game is a tower and a dragon.
And even the fancy feat from Niski keeping him at bay as well, in that keeping BDS away from the Baron, keeping BDS potentially away from the dragon here as well, as he continues to just farm up the enemy jungle. Hasn't gone for the reset. Nuke will steal it away, but it's a very small prize here as Mad Lions looking strong.
10k gold, ladies and gentlemen, at 23 minutes. And when you think game 5, you hope for back and forth. The Mad Lions, they're not giving it to us. They're giving us an execution. They're dominating BDS at every single turn, at every single opportunity.
What an incredible run from Mad Lions across these last 3 days. Niski so close to tasting his first trophy here in the LEC. And also tasting his first MSI. He got somewhat robbed in 2021 when he won in NA. There was no MSI in that year. So despite him winning the split, he didn't have the opportunity to compete at that international event. And now he is so close to doing it. Chasey, such a star for this team. And BDS, what's left? What is left? Mad Lions are now going to start the siege. They're on Hex Tech Soul Point. Elyoya getting some vision. They spot out Shio. Flanks should be safe for now. See the push in top 4, Niski. No TPs on Mad Lions means the 1-3-1 is a little bit more tricky. Carzzy can't afford to step up too far, and he has been doing that a few times this series, so he's going to play a lot more reserve this time around. You can see the win in his eyes. Mad Lions grouping up on this top side, the top tier 2 in their sights.
And you can see the gold so heavily stacked in the favor of Mad Lions. Crownie with an extra cloak needs to get to a 3rd item if he even wants to fire it back, but he's not going to get the opportunity to auto. The Gwen will just be immune. Armor there now as well. And Nuke. Syndra coming out again in the series, but doing nothing. 0-1-0, not able to find early impact in the lanes. And Niski has just been so consistent.
Oh,
Brav
just uses the Tibbers on the hook. He's fine.
Hook in again onto Hilly, but they just don't have the tools. Lebrav tries to find an angle. Unstoppable now for Adam. The shield coming in the forward to protect him. They're looking for a re-engage here. Lebrav, Mystic shot hitting at max range to finish the kill.
Carzzy finding that shot onto his own support from EU Masters. That breakout split that they had now coming back to bite them, as Carzzy will take him out as they take over the base.
This is one of the most dominant Game 5s I've ever seen in the entirety of the world of LoL Esports. Mad Lions are destroying BDS here in the Game 5.
Absolutely eviscerating them. BDS, one last desperate stand. Mad Lions, will they just try to end it here? They've got the Baron for another 20 seconds.
3 inims down, there's nothing left. BDS, you could pull the trigger, but Mad Lions are just going to fight straight back. They're going to bite back. BDS slowly bleeding out.
But the fights just aren't going to find them. Knockback coming in, the Bomba coming in, Chasey off to the side. Super minions there. The hook will not connect. Chasey just continuing to throw down the needlework. The damage is massive. One last stack. Lebrav barely able to walk away. The Nexus falling. Mad Lions on the retreat. The ultimate used just to buy a bit more time. BDS praying for minutes, seconds, anything that they can get in this game to hope, to wish for a chance to bring it back.
Super minions are coming in. Stun doesn't connect. Adam's going in onto Chasey.
Pulling back Chasey, but I don't know if that's a good call. He goes gold in the stopwatch by, keeping him healthy. BDS, again, fishing for anything, hoping for a team fight, but Mad Lions can take their time. They have 3 inhibs down. This is a victory lap as far as they are concerned. The only way they lose is if they get overconfident.
And they don't. The patience for Mad Lions there as they back away. Niski does burn his flash in it, but they managed to completely dismantle the base of BDS, dismantle the first place team from the LEC split. And now with the Dragon just 2 minutes away, it feels like you have way too much to handle here for BDS in your own base.
Mad Lions should know they've got this in the bag. The only way they could have lost there is getting 5-man aced on the Nexus towers, trying to end, and giving up so much free farm to Jinx. They didn't. They played reserved. It's the story of the series. They learned their lesson, and now they're looking for the win. Chasey has TP. Elio is going to take the Hex Gates after that red buff. TP on bot. Super minions coming in. 3 nips down. BDS going to have to just flash in and send it, because right now Mad Lions, they want that damn trophy.
BDS fans giving everything that they've got. But I don't know if it's going to be enough. The gold, everything. 3 dragons. Hextech Soul around the corner. Baron in 1:30, they can't even contest. Mad Lions just keeping these waves pushed in. It's going to funnel gold into Crowny, but BDS still need to be able to find a teamfight angle, and I don't even think Crowny's going to be enough at this stage. 5K individual advantage for Chasey, just about. Mad Lions keeping the pressure on. Supers crashing in. Big ult coming in from the Ezreal, not a ton of damage. Bomba just to zone, just to create space. Mad Lions looking for the end here, breaking a second tower. BDS going to kick the fight off, trying to get things done. Crowny on the backside, but Gwen is immune. Gwen is unstoppable. Chasey unstoppable, keeping it going. Mad Lions, oh, they were doubted, and oh, you hated them and underestimated them. But their story is one of tenacity, and now one of triumph for the 3rd time. Mad are your LEC champions.
Mad Lions cheering for their top laner there. They know how impactful he was in that series. And they come away with the reverse sweep. BDS heartbroken, 1 game away from their dreams. Mad Lions slamming shot on them.
Incredible series or season from them nonetheless, but Mad Lions coming in clutch, and again, this was a team people were so mad at because of a format that would have brought them to international competition, potentially without winning a single best of 5, and now they have beaten every single team in their path to make it here. Not as a 2nd seed, not through championship points, but as champions of spring.
Going from Worlds 2022, where they went without winning a single best of 5, to destroying everyone to get their way to the next international competition at MSI. An incredible story for Mad Lions, and such a well-deserved victory.
They proved everyone wrong. They proved absolutely everyone wrong. But it's Mad Lions on the day.
The staff coming together. There was a team effort. Took everybody in behind this team to make it this far in the tournament. Berlin and at home, give it up for your champion, Mad Lions! An achievement. Mad Lions, when they won their first title, we all wondered if it would be a flash in the pan. But as they secure their 3rd, the secure their place among the great organizations in LEC history.
Phenomenal.
And when you're a team that's doubted, and when you're a team that people have some complaints about, nothing like a perfect run to the lower bracket.
Yeah, and they beat G2.
Yeah.
They beat Vitality. These were the two powerhouse super teams. And they beat BDS, who were on a meteoric rise, but that meteor crashed when Mad Lions went headfirst into it. And they did. And they beat their head against the wall for 2 games, and they had to figure it out. But they always seem to figure it out.
And seeing how much this means to the players as well. We kind of touched on, I mean, 2021 was the year of Mad Lions, and it's been a while since they came back to this. Carzy coming home to work with Elyoya. Hilly, 5 years since 2018 summer, since he's won a split for himself. And having this team rally around Chasey in the way that they have, it has been incredible to see what this team has become.
And Niski has finally got his European title. Can finally play at MSI alongside this squad, who I just think just get on so well together.
And this entire year, this entire format feels like it's been about team atmosphere and environment, how you recover from losses, how you adapt. Mad Lions have certainly adapted. That's enough from us. Let's send it over to Lore, standing by on stage with Niski after a career-defining moment.
The victorious Niski, if I may say. And what a way to do it, honestly, Niski, congratulations.
Thank you.
On coming back, on taking down BDS today in the finals. The last time we had 5 games in European finals was Mad Lions versus Rogue. You weren't playing for them back then. You're here now. Tell me about your first impressions of winning these finals and coming back after being 2-0-2.
I mean, for me, I knew we would win today. Even after we were 0-2, we all knew at the end if we just played our game, we would win. Because I feel like in the first 2 games we played really bad, and I feel like they didn't really do much. They just waited for us to int, kinda, and we did. But then 3, 4, and 5, we knew that if we just adapt the draft and our play, then we would just win. Yeah.
It's one thing. It's one thing knowing it. It's another thing actually doing it. You had the momentum. You played 2 best-of-5 series over the weekend, leading up to the finals, losing the first 2 games today. Tell me about shifting the momentum and grabbing it again, and also keeping your head straight and focused to come back today.
I mean, I said it before. I said if we beat G2 on Friday, then we would win it all. For me, G2 was still kind of the strongest team to beat, and I felt like if we beat them, then we can beat everyone for sure. And I think also, I don't know, everyone's just playing so good, and I think our mood and just our team is just too good, yeah.
Before you step on stage today, tell me about the mood within the team, what you guys talked about, the speech maybe if there was one. How were you set up for success?
I mean, for example, today, like we didn't say much. We knew that if we just played our game, we'd win. And then even after we were 0-2, we all knew deep inside that we would win no matter what, because we just thought they were the worst team, just that we made a lot of mistakes. And then after game 3, I just knew we would win no matter what because of what we showed and how they were like, not necessarily choking, but I think they were a lot under pressure. They also have rookies, so it makes sense, right? But yeah.
You're the 4th player to win both in the LCS and in the LEC. After Sven, after Perks, after BB. People disregarded you, people underestimated you for so long. Winning today and keeping on thriving after all these years. What does it say about your career and your achievements, Niski?
I mean, for me, it feels really good to win because I feel like I tried to be on the top for so long.
Yeah.
And the only way that you can prove it is by winning it all. And I feel like today it shows that I'm the best mid in EU, and I can finally say it with no one complaining about it. So yeah, I'm very happy, and I think also I'm very happy that my team helped me improve so much. I'm happy I'm playing with Yoya. I think he's probably the best jungler in Europe for sure. So yeah.
Anything you want to say actually to the crowd, to your fans, to your family, to everyone who's been cheering for you, supporting you for so long, and who's going to be cheering for you for MSI as well? This is your moment now.
I mean, thank you to everyone that has supported me over all these years, that supported Mad. We looked really bad in the beginning of the split, but it always feels good to have support from the fans. And for me, that's what it actually means, that you should not necessarily care what people say. It's just whatever you do, people will judge you by it. So if you win, people will like you or think you're good. And if you're shit, then people will shit on you. So at the end, you should not care what people think and just do what you want to do. And yeah, that's what we did in Mad.
And an inspiring story. And an inspiring victory, Niski. Félicitations, congratulations
Thank you,
on taking down
merci.
BDS today. Berlin, once again for Mad Lions, please. And now it's time to send it to Sharks for PGL on stage. Take it away.
raczej przypisana do banów po stronie czerwonej, ale kto wie, czy SK Gaming Prime właśnie na nią się nie zdecyduje, nie wykluczą Tresha, a to